wouldn't. I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't. So good, so good. I got you.
Compliments of the season and welcome to A Date with Danu right here on High TV, your luxury channel. Today on the show, I have someone phenomenal. She took Sri Lanka to the world and remained looking gorgeous and beautiful, up to date. She's someone who is a wonderful mum, and that's of course a testimony when you look at her children. I'm happy to have as my first guest on the show, the well-known, world-famous Rosy Senanayake. Welcome to the show. I've always wanted to know, how does she look so good every single day? Thank you for joining me on the show.
It's my pleasure.
Rosy, how do you look so fresh and like, are your eyes the key to your beauty? What have people
you're
said?
Saying it, not me.
What have others said?
I really don't know. I have that time to even think or ask people. I'm sick as a cat today.
Yeah.
And I made it because of you. Because I know that I wouldn't have heard the end of it if I had actually, by accident, cancelled this show.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's me and it's me. That's it.
This is how you
I just put on a bit of makeup and then I put on my sari.
And you're ready
today
to
I was
roll.
not even in a mood to wear a sari. So
but you look gorgeous. She was like, oh, I should have worn a sari. I think you look fabulous.
No. I would always like to do the right thing and wear the sari.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start off. You have gone through a huge roller coaster ride in the past 2 years. From Parliament to being now the Mayor of Colombo. How has this been? How has this political journey been? From being someone who was hailed as a beauty queen to being a famous mum to everything, and now to be in a position where decisions are crucial.
Decisions have always been crucial, whether it's, in the role of being a mom, because I think a woman plays a multiple role in life, and I think I've played many multiple roles. I mean, being a mother, a social worker, an activist, and also being on a political platform, working for a political party for ever so long, almost 30 years, and then getting on to the legislative council. I started off from the provincial council and then went on to Parliament, becoming a minister, losing elections, working as the Deputy Chief of Staff of the Prime Minister, and then now here I am as the Mayor of Colombo. The journey being in politics has never been very pleasant. It has been very crucial, it has been grueling, it has been sometimes very disheartening, because no matter what you do, you never get praised or acknowledged for what you do. They will always pick on something which is sometimes is not true. Yeah. I have a bone to pick with you as well, because you picked on something which is not true, which is fake news, and made it a point to also on one of your shows talk about it. This is the toilet issue.
Yes. I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, you better talk about it, because I want to put this on record.
Yeah.
I did. The very next day itself, I brought the finance paper. I had a press conference and I said, I haven't spent they said 5.7. The entire cost of the renovation of the residence was 5.2 million, and out of which the toilets only cost 1.4. With all the, the hardware and the accessories and whatever, it would have amounted to about 1.9 million. This is 6 toilets in a massive, have you seen that building?
Mayor's house, yeah.
A massive colonial historic building.
And it's hard to maintain.
Yeah, which we had to restore because no mayor had lived in this residence. The only person who actually lived in this residence was the person who came who got elected as mayor under the symbol of the spectacle. You know, I mean, many people said that his profession previously was a three-wheel driver. So he was the last mayor to have lived there, and the only mayor to have lived there in the last so many years, because it was basically like a ceremonial, but a resident, which was used more for official
visits and not exactly for residents.
Absolutely. And it was really time for us to actually restore the building. This is public property, it's not my property. I was not renovating my property, it was public property. I don't even live there. You know, to be very honest, I live in my residence. And it was my duty, as much as I was like, you know, trying to upgrade the new town hall, the old town hall, which we have done, plus the new town hall, the present town hall. And this was also one of the areas. The floors were terrible because they're all wooden floors. And then the doors and there were so many things that had to be done. And the general norm of the council is they outsource everything. When you outsource, it's like about 5 times more. So it's a direct labor. And please make sure that it is done properly. So I got Chanada Swatha to come and have a look at the building and say exactly with minimalistic cost, but to maintain and to upgrade. Because this is, you know, the first citizens' residence. And there'll be dignitaries from heads of states to various people visiting.
And it would be visiting, And also it has to always remain.
So each toilet wouldn't have cost, I would say it would have cost less than 3 lakhs. Per toilet, and this is 6 toilets I'm talking about. And they went on, you know, exaggerating, taking the entire budget and saying that this was for the toilets. And so I was really very, you know, upset that people would actually buy a lot. They would not even, I mean, I admire investigative journalism, but I don't admire people, you know, picking on some gossip or and something that is fake. And, you know, I mean, throughout in the first 6 to 7 months, even now, they have been targeting me, and everything that has been basically portrayed or said was untrue.
On that note, we need to get into a break. On the other side, we are going to be talking to her biggest strength when it comes to many things that she has done in life. We'll be joined by her after the break, right here on A Date with Danu.
So good, so good, I got you.
Welcome back to the show. The first time you saw her was when she appeared in the Panadol advertisement. And now she's a grown woman. I'm happy to have Thisakya on the show. Someone who has always spoken so nicely, and you'll always take the time to say hi. And that's why I really like you.
Thank you.
No chips on any shoulder, actually.
No.
None. And that's what's wonderful. Thank you for joining me. I know you hate these, but
I do.
I know, but you will always come if I ask, and that's the beauty of it. Thank you so very much. Thanks for bringing your mom as well.
Yes, she made sure that I was here today.
Only for you, Danu.
Yeah, thank you so very much. All right, so now you have been a great support to your mom in her political journey. Why take up such a big role? Because you have been her Facebook girl, like promoting her, showing the work that she's doing, and, you know, shouting out loud for your mom.
I think, I mean, she's my mother, first and foremost, but she's the only politician that I can truly support, knowing, you know,
where she comes from,
what motivates her to do everything that she does. and to know her the real truth in why she goes into politics. It's not easy for her. Being a woman, being a Christian, it's a difficult political game. It has been for years. Exactly.
It's a cutthroat place.
Exactly. But she does it because she truly believes in making change and truly believes in working for her people, and that's something that I know. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're her daughter, obviously you're going to say that about her. But she's the only politician whose truth I actually know. So, of course, I'm going to support her.
Yeah. Let's get into Sticky Situ. This is where some things do come out and the ladies will answer the question. Welcome back to the show. Sticky situation it is. All right. You are married to a man who is totally against the United National Party.
Yes.
How do you handle that? Your mum is such a champion and you are literally caught in between.
Yes.
Your wedding was like a, literally like A-B.
Yes. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, in my marriage, the one thing we do not do is we do not discuss politics.
Yeah.
Not when it's just the two of us.
What do you mean? Our marriage, you mean?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sorry, our marriage. Then
Yeah.
I completely forgot how you're the third party in
Yes,
this
I
marriage.
am the third party. I have a total love interest on that man, I tell you.
Yes, don't worry.
Yeah.
And, not the only one.
You know, I beg to differ with what you said. Shalaka is an ardent supporter of my political.
Definitely, that I was coming to.
Yeah,
Because-
maybe, I don't know whether it's the party per se. He supports a few people that he feels strongly about.
He really, because I saw things shared on his Facebook and that was amazing to know.
You know,
for Shalaka, family always comes first.
Yeah, definitely.
So for him, my mother is his mother-in-law and he will 100% support her.
At any time, yeah.
At any time. He's an MR supporter. He's not necessarily a party supporter. So I think, you know, that comes to the background of his military background and stuff like that. But we as a couple and in our marriage, we don't talk politics.
That's amazing.
He knows, obviously, my stance on it. He knows that I don't support a party or politician. I support my mom. And so we just told ourselves that we're not going to discuss it.
Now, another topic that I wanted to speak to you about is Think Equal. Now, this is an education system that was brought in 2016 with Leslie Udwin, and someone who championed it was Aritha at that time. And now Aritha has stepped out due to a few confusion that was happening, whether Think Equal, was it actually an activism to promote homosexuality? So there was a huge confusion, but right now you are the champion of the project and you have been working towards it. Where does this project stand and when would this be implemented into the education system?
see, it's so unfortunate where people, when they want to twist something to their advantage or for political gain, petty politics, Think Equal is about, you know, I mean, that would be the best thing that would ever happen to change the mindsets and attitudes of an entire generation to be able to think equal.
And respect all humans, no matter what.
Yes, whether it's, you know, gender, whether it's, you know, it cut across us practically many things. But then, because Aritha was, you know, the person who actually introduced Leslie to me as well, and he, you know, is championing a cause which he strongly believes in. People tend to, you know, align that with this. And, you know, they think that this is all to do with LGBT, and it's, you know, Think Equal is not that, it's to change mindsets where people will, whether it's, you know, whether it's ethnicity, whether it's caste, creed, gender.
Sexuality, whatever it could be,
So it could be anything. But as long as you can, you know, it's all about empathy. How many people can empathize with others? You know, we have become such a selfish, self-centered society. We only think about it's me, 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 and my family.
Great. Now you got the answer to it because it has been one of those questions that have been working in a lot of people's mind. We need to get into a break. On the other side, we have more questions to ask you. Do stick around. It's A Date with Danu right here on High TV.
So good, so good. I got you.
Welcome back to the show. It's A Date with Danu right here on High TV, your luxury channel, in conversation with beautiful Rosy and Thisakya, talking about one of the brewing topics today, the president calling the Prime Minister Samanalaya. This has become the story of the country, unfortunately. We have forgotten about everything that is a pressing issue in terms of starvation, in terms of education, in terms of everything, but it has come to this particular word. What is your take on it, Rosy, as someone who has championed this party for so long, who is someone...
You know, I think the president has gone nuts. Seriously. He's cuckoo.
Thank you.
Danu,
Okay.
this is not a laughing matter. We are talking about a country that has been set back. You know, the setback is so detrimental. He's really crazy. Have you heard his speeches in 2015, 2014 on that platform, even after post-election, after winning and becoming president? And have you heard what he says today?
Now,
He contradicts everything. What he says yesterday is not what he says tomorrow. Right? To me, I think he needs treatment.
Do you feel that, opposition leader right now, or let's say, member of the leader of the United National Party,
the legitimate prime minister of this country,
do you think he regrets the fact that he made the hopper and he was the unfortunate
I regret.
Okay.
I regret getting on that platform. You know, 2014 December, I'm telling you, even on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, I was in some far-flung village on a platform at the cost of risking my life, because we were fighting against the then regime with Mahinda Rajapaksa as the president, with Gotabaya Rajapaksa as the defense secretary, and we were saying things which we actually believed that, you know, we believed in so strongly. And then we said things that we didn't even have any insight into of his wrongdoings, which Maithripala came out and started, you know, uttering. The things that he was uttering, we started repeating these as well. And, you know, now I regret.
On that note, we need to get into what's on your Facebook. Rosy, unfortunately, is not on Facebook. She only has a public page. But Thisakya is. All right. As I always told you, they have a huge family bond, and that's beautiful. Rosy could be everything outside, but at home, she is a mother, and she will drive them out of that room if they are sleeping. Get up! Get out! So that's what mums are. You know, whatever they are outside does not matter in home. What they're at home is their mummy. And this is one of those pictures. Y'all look simply gorgeous in it, the two of you. This was at a wedding?
This is at one of my best friend's weddings.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Mama looks nice in the whole Tamil look. I like the flowers and the whole.
It was a Tamil wedding.
Yeah, that's for you all. We always find pictures that are.
Thank you.
Something that's amazing is the fact that you are so close to your brother.
Very.
Your brother, you literally cried buckets when he hugged you at your wedding.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Didn't cry
this.
for the mother and the father. Cried for the brother.
For the brother, for sure. Tell me about this picture. One, you all should all learn how to use a
selfie stick.
Selfie stick.
Yes.
But that's another story. But tell me about this.
This is just before we went to vote.
Oh, wow.
In 2015. We took a photograph,
That's amazing.
Yes, it is actually, before we went to vote.
Tell me about Dada Cool.
Dada Cool.
She's a Dada girl anyway.
Not
Your father's
really.
Tati's girl.
I think my dad and I were very similar in our creative sense.
Okay.
And we are close. We have a very close bond. But I think I'm equally close to both my parents.
These eyes have not changed. The time, Rosy, that you were nothing but a phenomenal sensation of Colombo. When was this taken?
This is Suradutya rehearsals.
Oh, really? When was it? Like 80?
This must have been, this is before Kanishka was born, so it was 83. Yeah.
This shows how you all have been for so long.
Yeah. This is, I think, my first birthday.
Okay. And
And
what's
it
the
was
age gap?
Aya's birthday.
It was Raya's birthday.
And what's the difference, age gap between you and Aya?
4.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. My brother is...
A gentle giant.
He is a gentle giant. He really is. He's also the most incredible kind of brother. You don't find people like him.
Okay.
And I'm probably closest to him and probably have him on a pedestal.
Always.
Always.
Just one question. Do you feel there should be a new party leader representing the United National Party?
We will eventually have a new party leader, but you know, people have been saying various things about, you know, why don't you bring a new party leader now, or why doesn't someone else take over the premiership now? No. Why do we have to give in to this nutbag of a president's claims? Why should he win? At this point of time in 2015, very clearly, people gave a mandate. You know, 2015, January 8th, people voted for the president, Maithripala Sirisena to be president and for Ranil Wickremesinghe to be prime minister. That was the slogan that we carried throughout on every platform. And it was the UMPers that went in, like, you know, in the gallows to go and in lines to go and vote because they wanted our prime minister to be prime minister. 2015 August 17, back again the people voted in Ranil Wickremesinghe as prime minister. And 2 years before the actual elections, for the president, just because he doesn't like Ranil Wickremesinghe's face, what if he does that tomorrow? We bring a new leader, a new prime minister, and 2 weeks from appointing a leader, if he says, no, I don't like this man's face, I want somebody else, you know, he can cause a precedence. No, we should not allow that to happen. Eventually the UMP will have a new leader, and the leader himself, the present leader himself, have been saying that, you know, it is time for a younger generation to come up, and he's been grooming a few people. And I must say there is a lot of public, not just young blood, you know, there is the public sentiments would be that Sajith Premadasa should be the next face of the party, and we all believe in that and we accept that.
Brilliant.
But at this point of time, the leader of the party is Ranil Wickremesinghe, and the prime minister that we want as a party is Ranil Wickremesinghe. We don't want a person that the president is pointing fingers and dictating to us and saying, you know, you appoint this one, I'll give the premiership. No. Anyone who can basically convene the support of Parliament, you know, the confidence of Parliament, is what Parliament wants as the Prime Minister, and then the President is compelled to appoint that man as the Prime Minister.
All right. On that note, final question, yes or no? Would you contest again for a parliamentary election?
If the need arises, yes.
On that note, that's a great end. Thisakya, I will start with you. You are a dear friend to me, and I always told that, and my support is always there. She's a brilliant fashion designer, but does not want to get into it full-time still.
Actually, I just launched a brand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I launched a loungewear brand, a PJ and loungewear brand at the Design Collective.
Super.
And hopefully with CFW in March, I'll launch my long-awaited women's wear brand.
Brilliant. See, that's good news.
Yeah.
I wish you all the very best. You have such a good heart, and I really want that everyone to see what I see.
Thank you.
Rosie, thank you so very much.
Thank you for saying that. Actually, lots of people don't see people, don't take people for who they are. You know, they see this outward facade, and then they, you know, create their own, you know, perception of that particular person, and then they tend to, like, you know. So I'm glad that you know who Thisakya is.
But I always say you're a great mama bear, and that's the best part.
Oh, thank you.
She is.
Yeah, she is. Thank you so very much for joining on the show. We need to wrap things up. We will see you with another great episode to A Date with Danu as we nearly come to the end of the season. See you soon. Till then, you keep smiling. It's a wrap.